Alright, so you tuned in. Thanks for checking out the channel. If you haven't already, make sure to hit that subscribe button and notification bell. So we're talking about, I'm getting into Joe Biden's first address to the nation. And I gotta say, not impressed. Not impressed at all. But I haven't been impressed with Joe Biden for a long, long time. I don't think ever, as a matter of fact. Maybe about how dumb some of the stuff that comes out of his mouth is, but that's about it. That's about the only thing that's impressive about the man. That and the fact that he's been able to stay in government for 50 years and never actually really accomplish anything other than locking up African Americans for longer than they should have been. Check out the crime bill if you don't know what I'm talking about. But so he addressed the speech. So what I'm going to do is kind of watch it, and then I'll give you my opinions on what's going on, and we'll go from there. All right. So let's get into it. This is Hide and Seek Media. What's up, guys? Thanks for tuning in, and welcome to Hide and Seek Media. If this is your first time checking out the channel, make sure to hit the subscribe button and notification bell so you get notified anytime I drop a new video. And make sure to hit the share button if you like this video at the end. That way my content gets out there. If you're new to the channel, basically what I do here is I just break down news stories and stuff, talk about them, give them my opinion, basically what Middle America thinks, because that's where I live. But today we're going to be talking about Joe Biden's first address to the nation since becoming president. He's been in office 50 days, and this is his first address to the nation. So I'll break down his speech. I'll give you my impressions on what he said and what I think is going to happen going forward.
I carry a card in my pocket with the number of Americans who have died from COVID to date. It's on the back of my schedule. As of now, total deaths in America, 527,726. That's more deaths than in World War I, World War II, the Vietnam War, and 9/11 combined.
So, Trump gets blamed for all the corona deaths of 2020, right? Because he was president. 392,428 people died from coronavirus as of January 20, when Trump was no longer president. So that's how many died under President Trump in 300 and some odd days, right? So in 50 days, Joe Biden has had 135,298 people die on his watch from coronavirus. If you extrapolate the math, even with all the vaccines going, Biden's numbers actually they correlate to be higher than Trump's. So take that for what you want.
Husbands, wives, sons and daughters, grandparents, friends, neighbors, young and old. They leave behind loved ones, unable to truly grieve or to heal, even to have a funeral. But I'm also thinking about everyone else who lost this past year to natural causes, by cruel fate of accident or other disease. They too died alone. They too leave behind loved ones who are hurting badly.
All right, it really, really ticks me off when I hear him talk about how many people have died from coronavirus and how these people couldn't go to these funerals and couldn't go do this and all these businesses were shut down and you couldn't go do it. No. You couldn't do that in Democrat states and cities, okay? You could not do that in Democrat-controlled areas. Here in Oklahoma, things have been pretty much normal. You got to wear a mask in certain places, and you got to social distance in restaurants, had to close at a certain time for a little while, but all that's going away now. I mean, we did our little part or whatever, but all that's going away. Just like Florida and South Dakota, and now Mississippi and Alabama, more states are going to follow suit. Texas. It's time to move past this.
Weddings, birthdays, graduations, all the things that needed to happen, but didn't. The first date, the family reunions, the Sunday night rituals. It's all has exacted a terrible cost on the psyche of so many of us. For we are fundamentally a people who want to be with others, to talk, to laugh, to hug, to hold one another. But this virus has kept us apart. Grandparents haven't seen their children or grandchildren. Parents haven't seen their kids. Kids haven't seen their friends. The things we used to do that always filled us with joy have become things we couldn't do.
See, he's talking about the details of life that we're missing. No. That happened in Democrat states, Democrat cities. Most Republican cities, most red states and red cities stayed somewhat open, okay? And some of them stayed completely open. So what he's talking about isn't about the entire country, just a few places.
You lost your job. You closed your business. Facing eviction, homelessness, hunger, a loss of control, maybe worst of all, a loss of hope. Watching a generation of children who may be set back up to a year or more because they've not been in school because of their loss of learning.
And now he's talking about people who lost their jobs, okay? In these Democrat cities, okay? Everywhere, okay, they're getting an extra $300 a week to stay on unemployment. Okay? In Democrat cities where they've shut everything down and put everybody on unemployment, all these people are like, man, I'm not going back to work. Why are we going to, even when they open up? Shoot, I'm going to ride this extra $300 a week out until September is when it's supposed to run out. Nobody's going to want to go back to work in these Democrat cities because they're going to make more money on unemployment than they are going to work, and they can go do what they want, get a paycheck for free. Shoot.
Vicious hate crimes against Asian Americans who've been attacked, harassed, blamed, and scapegoated. At this very moment, so many of them are fellow Americans. They're on the front lines of this pandemic trying to save lives. And still, they're forced to live in fear for their lives just walking down streets in America. It's wrong, it's un-American, and it must stop.
Here we go again with the Asian hate crime stuff, okay? So, all of a sudden, okay, so what is it? When Obama's president, it's Black Lives Don't Matter, right? Then when Trump is in office, it's white supremacists have taken over the government. Now, with Biden, 50 days in office, and all of a sudden all we're talking about is Asian hate crimes. Why, I wonder, are we talking about Asian hate crimes? Well, in the stimulus bill, they gave some money to the Department of Agriculture for socially disadvantaged farmers, ranchers, and foresters. Just so happens that China owns a crap load of farmland here in the United States. And now, because there's a lot of Asian hate crime, they have just become socially disadvantaged. Seems oddly coincidental, doesn't it?
We know what we need to do to beat this virus. Tell the truth. Follow the scientists and the science. Work together. Put trust and faith in our government to fulfill its most important function, which is protecting the American people. No function more important.
Did he just say tell the truth? That's what we need to do to beat this virus? Tell the truth? Okay. Okay, I'm all for it, Pinocchi-Joe. Why don't you tell the truth? Huh? Why don't you tell the truth to the American people, Pinocchi-Joe? Where did the virus come from? It came from China. It came from Wuhan. And anybody who says otherwise is uninformed or full of crap. Alright? That's where it came from. Why don't you tell the American people the truth, Pinocchi-Joe? Tell us what coronavirus was for. Or what it helped the Democratic Party do.
Just want the truth. The truth. Just tell me the truth. Think of that. My fellow Americans, you're owed nothing less than the truth.
You want to tell the truth? Let's start telling the truth. Double masks are stupid. Tell the truth. That people under the age of 45 who have no health problems don't need to worry about coronavirus, because even if you get it, you're probably going to survive.
We need to remember the government isn't some foreign force in a distant capital. No, it's us, all of us, we the people. For you and I, that America thrives when we give our hearts, when we turn our hands to common purpose. And right now, my friends, we're doing just that. And I have to say, as your president, I'm grateful to you.
Put trust and faith in our government? Yo, dude, where have you been? Okay? Nobody has trust and faith that the government is looking out for my best interest. Because no, government is definitely not looking out for my best interest. Okay? He's looking out for their best interest. The establishment people.
I want to talk about the next steps we're thinking about. First, tonight, I'm announcing that I will direct all states, tribes, and territories to make all adults, people 18 and over, eligible to be vaccinated no later than May 1. Let me say that again. All adult Americans will be eligible to get a vaccine no later than May 1. That's much earlier than expected. Let me be clear. That doesn't mean everyone's going to have that shot immediately, but it means you'll be able to get in line beginning May 1. Every adult will be eligible to get their shot.
Operation Warp Speed made all that possible. Here's what's funny too, is Biden's talking about all of this vaccine production and whatever. I mean, he talks like Trump wasn't on track to be doing the exact same thing. I mean, he's the one who got the vaccine to us before January. Okay? It's because of Trump. So, let's just remember that. Let's all take a moment to remember that it was President Trump and Operation Warp Speed that got us the vaccines this early and was able and given Biden the opportunity to do what he's doing. But let's not all pretend like President Trump wouldn't have done the exact same thing with a few minor adjustments. He wouldn't have wasted taxpayer dollars paying National Guardsmen and setting up federal vaccination sites. What he did, he distributed the vaccines to the states and said, it's your responsibility. Take care of your people. That's why we have state elected officials, because if we wanted the federal government to take care of us all the time, we wouldn't have them.
Secondly, at the time when every adult is eligible in May, we will launch, with our partners, new tools to make it easier for you to find the vaccine and where to get the shot, including a new website that will help you first find the place to get vaccinated and the one nearest you.
What's a website going to do for them if they don't know how to use the internet, Pinocchi-Joe? Answer me that question. Oh, wait, that's right. You don't answer any question. And when Joe says partners right there, what does he mean? Because they didn't partner with the Republicans on this deal. Now, one Republican in the House voted for this this American Rescue Plan, and I don't think anyone in the Senate voted for it. Maybe one or two, maybe a small handful of Republicans in the Senate. I'm not 100% sure. You'll have to fact check me on that. So leave a comment down below and let me know. But yeah, now I know not one Republican voted for this in the House. Okay, that was 210 freaking people that said, "Nah, don't think this is a good idea. We need to cut down some of the spending." But Democrats control the House, they control the Senate, and they control the White House. So I guess we're going to be living under a Democrat dictatorship for a little.
Fourth, in the coming weeks, we will issue further guidance on what you can and cannot do once fully vaccinated to lessen the confusion, to keep people safe, and encourage more people to get vaccinated. And finally, fifth, and maybe most importantly, I promise I will do everything in my power. I will not relent until we beat this virus. But I need you, the American people. I need you. I need every American to do their part. And that's not hyperbole. I need you. I need you to get vaccinated when it's your turn and when you can find an opportunity. We need everyone to get vaccinated. We need everyone to keep washing their hands, stay socially distanced, and keep wearing the mask as recommended by the CDC. Because even if we devote every resource we have, beating this virus and getting back to normal depends on national unity.
National unity? You have the gall to stand up there and say stuff about national unity when you just bragged and thanked the Senate and House for passing a bill that was passed on party lines. There was no unity in your American Rescue Plan. Where is the unity? There's no unity in this country. And there's not going to be. As long as you keep attacking conservatives and allowing them to be silenced, there will be no unity. There will be no peace. And more Americans are going to speak up like I am. And if this is your first time checking out my channel, thanks for checking it out. I'm glad you're watching the video. Make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you get notified anytime I put up a new video. And thanks for checking me out. And we're supposed to trust the CDC, right? It's a government institution. Okay? Why are we going to... This is the government, okay? Joe Biden is the government telling us to trust the government when it comes to the science of COVID. Hello? No, I don't trust anything the government tells me about COVID. All right? Not one damn thing. And if you want to know why, go check out my other video on Event 201. It explains quite a bit about my reasoning on why I don't believe anything they got to say about coronavirus. I'll link that right here.
Guard down. This fight is far from over. As I told the woman in Pennsylvania, I'll tell you the truth. A July 4th with your loved ones is the goal. But a lot can happen. Conditions can change. The scientists have made clear that things may get worse again as new variants of the virus spread. We've got work to do to ensure that everyone has confidence in the safety and effectiveness of all three vaccines. So my message to you is this. Listen to Dr. Fauci, one of the most distinguished and trusted voices in the world.
We're going to have, here's my prediction right now, okay? Lock it down, write this day down, save this video, whatever you want to do, right? Here's what's going to happen. all miraculously, right? These vaccines are going to work. Herd immunity is going to kick in, and then coronavirus is going to be gone by the summer. Thing of the past, right? Barbecues are going to be okay. Schools are going to be open. Shopping is going to be normal. And if you want to wear a mask, wear a mask. And if you don't, you don't have to. And that's how it's going to be. And guess what? At the same time that President Biden has defeated coronavirus, Alzheimer's is going to defeat him. And it'll be announced that Joe has been battling Alzheimer's for the last few months, and that he has finally lost that battle, and that Nancy Pelosi is going to be invoking the 25th Amendment, and Kamala Harris will be president. By Independence Day, it happens. You heard it here.
My fervent prayer for our country is that after all we've been through, we'll come together as one people, one nation, one America. I believe we can and we will. We're seizing this moment, and history, I believe, will record. We faced and overcame one of the toughest and darkest periods in this nation's history, darkest we've ever known.
I will say this, Joe, you are right. History will record this as a time where we did overcome one of the darkest and hardest times in this country's history. But it's not coronavirus. It's your presidency.
This is the United States of America. And there's nothing, from the bottom of my heart I believe this, there's nothing we can't do when we do it together.
There's nothing, and I believe this from the bottom of my heart. There is nothing that we can't do. As long as we do it together. It's a great line, Joe. That actions speak louder than words. And right now, us libertarian conservative types, Republicans, we're not feeling it. We're not feeling the unity, Joe. We're not feeling the compromise. All we're seeing is dictatorship. Alright, so to sum up, somebody wrote him a decent speech, okay? But I don't believe a damn word of it. Not one. Alright? All he did was talk about coronavirus for most of it, alright? Which I'm tired of hearing about. Alright? But I don't buy a damn word of it. Not one. Okay? Unity and we're going to come out stronger and all that. We got to work together. That's all a load of crap. That's all a load of crap because they ain't doing any of it. So, prove it. Put your money where your mouth is. Right? Because until then, I don't believe a damn word you say, Joe. You're going to have to do a lot better than that. A lot better. So, thanks for tuning in. If you made it all the way to the end of the video, I appreciate you watching. Make sure to smash that like button. Hit the subscribe button, the notification bell if you already haven't, so you get notified anytime I drop a new video. Share this video. Drop a comment in the comments and let me know how I'm doing. And I will catch y'all later.